Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel here on Jake's Gardening. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded a video and I don't know, it's been a little while. Last time I checked it said 12 days, so I think it's time for another one, so let's get to it. So let's go check out the pumpkin plants. Stop it, annoying rooster, I'm trying to talk. One thing I did forget to mention in the first clip is I did take some damage to the shade cloth because we had a windstorm, and what would happen is the shade cloth would go, please be quiet, the shade cloth would go over the top, and then because it's kind of sharp on the top of the post there, it wore a hole through and eventually wore through the rim. So I'm gonna try and fix that with some Gorilla Tape temporarily. This is try and salvage it. It's good shade cloth, nice and sturdy. I don't want to ruin it. You can see there that I taped it because a similar thing happened here, but I caught it sooner. So all I did is I just put some duct tape over the top, and it's worked pretty well. I haven't had any more damage since I've done that. I'm glad I did it over there before I could take any damage to that shade cloth. Just put duct tape over the tops there. I don't really have to worry about it on the corners. I haven't taken any damage there. So fingers crossed it's all gonna stay nice and sturdy over the season. I've had a couple windstorms, and believe me, they're pretty gruely. You saw what they did. Any of you that may be following who saw my last year's videos will know what I'm talking about, because it blew down my greenhouse last year, so and it almost killed my plant. Well, enough jibber jabber from me. Let's check out this plant here. I'm gonna do the smaller plant from first, just because, I don't know, taking off the shade cloth cover. Last week, not last week, well, a while ago, when I uploaded my last video, I had asked in it if anyone wanted to see me upload the video where I put this plant in, and then this guy said, put that video up, and I didn't understand at first, and I was like, oh, now I remember, but something happened with my account, so I couldn't comment or whatever on videos or replies and such, so I haven't been able to be active. So that's my excuse this time. Got a nice little vine going there. Stinking ants keep crawling all over it. They don't seem to be doing any harm. I've been spraying some neem oil for pesticides at this point. It works pretty well. As you can see, I'm due for some more. The stinking colony moved in right there. If any of you guys have any suggestions on how to get rid of them, please leave them in the comments section below. Last year I used diatomaceous earth, but I can't seem to find it, so I'm just trying out the neem oil. Got some nice little leaves coming in here. First true leaf. See, it's still kind of wilty, as it was last update. For some reason, this leaf right here didn't get any bigger like, for some reason it got to that size and didn't grow anymore. These two leaves are doing great. Anyway, let me get this back covered up nicely, and then we'll go check out the other plant. Hopefully, if you remember that it's window screen, I believe, that I'm using to cover them. It's not there to shade the plants. I would much rather not have it there. Honestly, I can take it off now because I finished the fence barrier to keep the chickens out. It's just that the cardboard box is there to protect from the wind. It's worked pretty well so far. I got my watering can stacked up next to this plant, walking boards. And just get these out of the way. Keep this covered at all times, because those windstorms can show up pretty quickly. Lift this up here. Here's my plant. As you can see, it's throwing a nice little vine there. Tendrils coming out. Maybe about 2 feet long, I would say. Growing about maybe 2 or 3 inches a day. I put this one right here there at the beginning of the week, and I'm just gonna leave it there as a weekly tab of growth, so I can kind of keep track of it. It's starting to grow pretty quickly. Just yesterday morning, the tip was only about right here, so it's doing pretty nicely. Right at the beginning of the week, it wasn't really growing. For some reason, it was just really slow growth. So I gave it a nice dose of calcium nitrate. Of course, I pH test the water, make sure it's in a nice range. Overall, it's a pretty healthy plant. There's where the stump is, kind of laid down sideways, so I'm hoping that doesn't affect it later on. I've kind of had some problems this year because I didn't get to even put this plant in until I don't know, sometime in May. So it's behind where I wanted it to be. See, the leaves are covered in dust. That's from a windstorm I had. I cut off the first true leaf because it got all yellow, kind of like this. So, oops, wind shelter fell down. So I'm probably gonna cut this one off today, and then that one will probably go tomorrow. It's got the 2350 Ginger genetics. The pollinator was a 2005 haste, and the plant that the fruit grew on, the mother plant, I guess you could say, was the 2350 Ginger. This plant here is the 1676 new. That's how much the pumpkin weighed, as most of you would know. Most of you giant pumpkin growers who may be watching. So I never told you what they were, each pumpkin was before. So yeah, as I told you, that was a 1676 new, and that's a 1676.5 new. That one was, the pollinator was a 2350 Ginger, and the mother plant was the 2005 haste. So they're both closely related, and I'm gonna cross-pollinate between the two. So I hope that it doesn't hurt the genetics or anything, or cause any weird deformations. I really do not like to inbreed the plants. I just have to this year because my 1990 Marenzer ended up being a dud because of the double vine or whatever. I'm not gonna grow that. Bad genetics. I don't know. I just don't want to risk it. So that's about it. I'll catch you next time.